Right, not sure how laggy this stream's going to be, and I'm only here for a little bit. I just thought I'd pop in because again, while I was watching YouTube earlier, I did some more work. Um, and so this riverbank over here is what I was looking at, and I was pondering what to do. We talked about this hill and stuff. So all I've done is I've planted a load of trees and put vines because we had an overgrown gully here. I thought I'd just take the same idea and copy it, repeat it, follow it through. So we got shove some bamboo up through the gully as well. There's a little path that goes up here. You can just about see, which goes up to the pond here, which I thought was quite nice. Um, so it's just a mixture of trees. That was all I did there. So yeah, mixture of stuff. And over uh, the hill here, I put some vines and hope that it's going to cover it up. That's what I've done. Now up the top, I didn't like the real birch trees there. So what I was going to do was to build some of my, well, I could guess they're bespoke trees. So these are like what I've got in pots over in the main square over there. Um, so we just do these. I don't know what we'll do. Um, um, let's put this on here. And then we'll put the leaves around them. I think we should come a bit further than that. Here we go. Here we go. So these just are a bit more delicate. Here we go. I think this is quite nice. It's just a more delicate type of tree, given that this is a sort of a park. Next to the royal steps up into the arena, we'd have something a bit nicer here. Less chunky than a big birch tree. That goes there. Let me just have a think. Are we missing one here? Yeah, we're missing one there. There we are. I think that's it. There we are. That's a lot cleaner than what I had there before. A lot cleaner. I like the lilacs as well. Do we want one more? One more, maybe, at the front? Maybe not, actually. I think that's quite nice. Yeah, I think that's quite enough. Yeah, that's nice. It looks smart. Now, over here, I've been digging out this main square and putting lower slabs in there to stop things spawning. And I finished this wing of the university finally. This roofing takes an eternity to put on. What should we do next? I honestly don't know what to do next. I don't want to tackle too much. Oh, we've got some coarse flowers. I had one of those things from the nether. Remember, I had the nether at the end. So I planted it, grew a tree, and then took another flower off, and I planted that as well. So we've got a couple of coarse, they're planted on endstone, a couple of coarse trees growing there. I don't know what to do with them, but I thought I may as well plant them here so I can get another couple of flowers if I want them. We've done the automated doors at the university. All of the doors now have got their gates. I do need to decide what I'm doing with this square, don't I? I need to start making some decisions. Am I filling it up with just generic housing? Am I going to do something specific? I think it might be nice to have a library. I think that would be a good thing to have. Maybe even on this square here, because we haven't got one on the other square over there. I don't know where it will go though. And do I need to bring this around actually to here, the square, so it's not just a sunken square? I'm not sure what shape to do. What else have I got to do? Suggest me some things to just buildings to build. Half timbered type of stuff, all this kind of shebang. What else did I need to get on with? Excuse me for taking a long time, but you may as well see the scenery as we go because it's quite pretty. Oh yeah, we could explore the bridge thing, couldn't we? The thing is, so the shallowest that we can have a shop, a house thing on the bridge is going to be 3. I'd much rather have 5. This bridge is going to get huge though. So we've got 2. Hang on, let me just think. We've got 2 gaps in the middle because we want it horseable. 1. So there'll be a pillar thing here, that thing there, and the last one will be there. So it'll be that'll be the size of the shops on the bridge. Are we happy with that? And how do we do that? So what it would mean would be extending the bridge out to here and kind of doing a set of arches. Do we want every single shop to be the same size? 2, 3, 4, 5. So they might. No, I think it's really difficult. See, I think we want them to be all different sizes. That's how I've done all of my half timbered stuff at the moment. So what we really want is a platform that only extends that far back. Yeah, we need to define that, don't we? So what are we going to make it out of? Are we going to make it out of, oh, I've got a sticky piston. So if we had stone bricks, just in a line, oh, this is laggy, like this, they'd have to arch. We'd have to get the whole bridge arching. Let's just take this to the end and see what we can do. There. So what are we saying? We've got 3 in the middle each time. So 1, 2, 3. Actually, there, because I said we might have some shops on this one as well. Although I quite like, I quite like that when you get out here, cathedrals on top of you. No, we won't have them here for the moment. We'll just take them along this bridge here. So they'll go along there like that. I guess what I'm going to have to do is to measure some distance, then divide it up into an equal number of arches. I don't know what we do in the middle. thinking that this becomes a square instead of being a jiggedy random bridge. What we end up with is, let's get rid of this for the moment. We're going to end up with, and that one. We're going to end up with something here. I don't know where. This will be out 1, 2, 3, and then the thing's going to go along there. Do we have a square or a circular square, or so 3 out, 1, 2, 3, and these are going to be here. Do we just join them up and make a sharp corner? Maybe we do. Maybe that's fine for that. That means then that all of this gets filled in, which is okay. I don't know how we do the arches and stuff for that, but that's the kind of thing we're looking at there. Oh, and this side here will get filled in. Something like that. Right. And this will go all the way to the end. Whoops. Why can't I do this accurately? There we go. Now, see at the end we've got this, I think it's one in from there, and that the edge is the edge is this, whatever you call it, parapet, is it? I think that's how they work. Don't have this, and we have some cobblestone. I'm going to say parapet, but I don't think it is. There, which extends along here to there, and they're going to go all the way along this one. Oops. And so the idea is that all the way along the bridge is half timbered style housing, shopping. Ugh, really? Why does it have to do that? Right, well, clearly it has to join up to a post like that, doesn't it? I'm not sure what we'll do about that. We'll fix that later. This side here, we've already said we're not doing that. Right there. And when I talked about the parapet, what I meant with was that we have this thing going on the edge of it here, and that's what makes the final bit of the wall, so the external wall of the houses can sit on that. I mean, anything wider than that's going to be just such a stupidly wide bridge. It's not going to look realistic, or at least not without being a lot higher and bigger. But no, this will be fine. I also think that will then blend into that. Oh, it doesn't though, does it? No, it does, because this isn't like that. And that isn't there, and this isn't here. Yeah, okay, so we've got a you gotta dig them away. Right, So this then just gets filled in with bridge floor, and the houses get built up to there, I suppose. I don't know how we're going to build these yet, but assuming they're oak log, standard. 1, 2, 3. There. Have I still got the 2? That's on the corner of the thing now. That's a bad place to be because this is going to be the corner of a house now. But we'll have the corners of the house something like, well, it'll be there, won't it? Oh, for goodness sake. There we go. So this whole lot fills in. Like this. We need to build some arches underneath it. Anyway, etc. And we've got another one over this side. So I'm not entirely sure what happens, but this goes across here like this. We've got 1, 2 there now. Yeah. So this then gets its excuse me, its parapet like this. I gotta find the right word for this. It's not parapet. I'm sure it's not parapet. There we go. And then clearly none of this happens here. That all gets replaced by bridge. There we go. And there's the 3. Yeah, that does fit good. And we'd have sort of excuse me, half timbered buildings. I don't know, maybe one there and there. Does that join up? Yeah, I don't know what happens at the very end. Who knows? Maybe its dimensions are there for that particular shop. And we just build along. And we've still got 2 in the middle, and we've got shops either side. Why is that empty there? There we go. Don't know what to do about the middle bit, which is fair enough. 1, 2, 3, and then the external bit is this. Oh, why did that do that? There. This bit here goes around the bend. I think that's the right. Yeah, that's the right long bit. All of this is gone. I think all of my supports underneath it have got to go. What I'm a bit annoyed about is that once I've done arches and stuff, I'm going to have some of the bridge that's all built up on arches, and some of the bridge that's built up on stilts, this sort of stilty stuff. And it's going to look a bit inconsistent, so I need to work something out about that. I want to aim for having different houses at different heights. I think that's very stylistically in keeping. And this middle bit, I think the only sensible way of doing it is just to join it up. Oops, because we said we're not going to have them on this bend here. So it's just to join it up in a straight line, I think. I think anything else is madness. So these will go away. There's none of this here. There we go. So that becomes the sort of square on the bridge. Now, of course, this isn't then going to be here. Oops. I mean, none of these lights are going to be here either, but let's just leave them floating because they're keeping mobs away at the moment, which is sort of useful. So we get rid of all of this. There's a lot of building to do, isn't there? There's a lot of half-timbered houses. Because the ones I do already at the moment are kind of upstairs and downstairs. I'm not sure yet whether they have multiple floors on these bridges. I mean, sometimes there's a chapel on a bridge. That's something I have seen. Oh, why is that there? 1, 2, 3. Oh, because that's the front wall. Yeah. That's fine. And now the back here. So again, we're going to have 1, 2, 3. And then this will have to join up to over the square starts, which is that. Is it that? Yeah, it's that. Yeah, there we go. Again, we don't want any of this. It's awfully symmetrical. We can get so the houses are going to be very asymmetric. It's fine. See, this tree can't be here because we're going to come in there somewhere. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know if you can have birch attached to oak. Who knows? Let's get rid of the oak tree as well, because I think the whole thing is problematic now, given that we want to build houses there. It's part of my building of the trees and the overgrown bits along the river. I hate it that they're full of random bits of wood. There's a bit there. Any more? Any more? It seems to always be night. Like Narnia, always winter. This is always night. There we go. Surely that's all of the wood. Right. So then, I'm not sure exactly how, but this is gonna... yeah, there we go. It's over here. So this is going to come in at this level. There. There's another bit of wood. And another bit up there. I don't know how this joins together. So we stopped this one sort of here. I presume what we do is we stop the whole thing, maybe. Maybe, something like that. I'm not sure what we do. I mean, that's going to come along there like that, with walls and houses and stuff on it. What do we do on the other side? So on the other side, oh yeah, this is the thing. We've got this sticking out here. Well, it's not going to come all the way to the end, is it? Well, the bridge will. I think we've just got kind of that at the end. So 2 down. Yeah, I think it has to be. Huh? There we go. So it stops like that. And then we work out what to do as we build the buildings. More wood. Any more wood in there? No, there's none in there. Right. Anyway, I was more interested in what goes on at this end. So then that becomes... Okay, I quite like this big square in the middle of the bridge now. Don't know how we're going to support it and make it look convincing, but it's a nice space to put something on. I mean, maybe there's a chapel at the middle of the bridge. That would seem sort of quite idiomatic. I think. And then I've got to do a lot of counting, haven't I? Just counting blocks and working out what I think are the nice even arches. I've got to compromise between the two sets of bridge because no doubt the number of blocks on both don't divide by the nice same number to give us an even number of arches. So we'll have a fudged arch somewhere. Probably with this, probably at the end, covered by bushes and stuff. And then we need to build our buildings all the way along it. And I haven't yet decided whether, when we put those oak logs in, whether we put the next building next to the one we've built, or whether we use the logs from one as the logs for the next, so they kind of actually join together. I'm not sure what is the best approach to take. I also don't know whether we have the, oh, what's happened here? Whether we have the top floor jutting out, whether we even have a top floor, whether we do a top floor made of wood, or whether, like I've done over here, we've got a couple of buildings here that I did. I think it was here. Where's the bridge? The bridge is over there. Here we go. So there we go. The first house. Oh, I wish they would stop getting stuck on flower pots. So this is just a coloured bottom floor, but then the top floor just goes straight up, and there's no complexity going on, as opposed to this, which has a jutting out upper story. I don't know which one did we take. I don't know how tall buildings are. I think we vary them is the key, but they all need to fit, because of course Minecraft isn't quite like real life. Do we want one on this bridge? It sort of makes sense if we're tying the town together that they, but then this will be the only view we get. No, let's leave this bridge. It's the only little empty bit of bridge we'll get where we can see, and it would be nice to be able to see, I think. Hang on just a tick. Maybe there'll be some gaps between the houses to go out and look. Oh, the only one I've seen is like in Florence. I've walked on the Ponte Vecchio, and I've seen pictures of other ones, and I sort of know the idea. The problem is most of them were destroyed, and there aren't many of them actually to even see to base this on. Sort of old pictures and stuff. So yeah, so I think, yeah, we're gonna have, let's work this out. So we're gonna want a building sort of 3 in, but still with enough space. So here's the, because I can see that's where we attach the thing. That needs to be where the wall of the thing is. So it's going to be there for the first one. And over here, it's going to be there. Oh no, it's not going to be there, is it? I'm going to have to come along here a bit. I just want to put a few blocks in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just make this a small thing here. So there'll be one there. And in order to get through, that's 2. Yeah, there we go. That's the smallest space that we can do. If that one also has 3, then that's a square block like that. I don't like that that's so small. I hate that that's so small. Yeah, I much prefer that. I want it to open out. As we come along the bridge here, I don't want to feel massively heavy. I don't like that even there. Maybe even further. There. And I'm thinking that this is going to be there's going to be a little chapel thing here. That feels okay. Yeah, that feels okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will go. Did I count that right? Yeah, I did. Let's get rid of this because it's annoying me. There. So the first one's going to be sort of there for this. And on the corner, it's going to be sort of there. It's not much space, is it? But that's how they are. That's a medieval town. That's what things are like. And these bridges were incredibly congested. They're not for traffic. So let's just pop the cobblestone down, just to mark these things out. Oops, there'll be some kind of entrance. There. There. And here, I think this is a chapel, this one on this side. I think its entrance is at that end. Whereas this one is a standard shop. Oh, hang on. No, this should be over here. Why have we gone one too far out? You can see we're too. Oh, no, hang on, because I've only done 2 blocks here. There you go. This is where that one goes. But I feel strongly that this is a chapel on the bridge. Capella della Puente or Ponto or something like that. I think that'd be a nice touch. So we'll not do this here. I don't know how to do the chapel. I don't know. It's going to extend some ways along here. Maybe that. Who knows? And it's probably not going to be made of. It's probably not going to be half timbered either. That's far too long. What is it? No. Let's leave that for the minute. No, it's too long. It's much too long. Let's try that. You got to do these things by eye sometimes. Yeah, there we go. So that will be there, and we'll try and get a stained glass window in there, and we'll try and get a stained glass window in there. So definitely this end, we're going to have a little gap. Maybe a little memorial thing in there, but then there. We keep going with the thing. Now this is I think what I do is I use the same wall between them. That's how they seem to be built. So this one's 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's make this one a bit wider. They may or may not have something at the back. Who knows? Oh, hang on. What have I done there? No, they're not out far enough. Goodness sake. There. So there'll be a door and a window, maybe something like that. There. And the next one's going to be a different number. What do we do over here? Because we've just set that one there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do this as a 3-sided one. So that will be something like that. But then we've got this space. So we need to. This is the square. Then this is the space in the corner. I need to come up with something. Once the buildings are built, I need to come up with something imaginative to go in there. But the door. Well, do they have doors in shop? I suppose they do, don't they? No, let's put a door there to mark each one. I don't think they're going to be like normal doors. There we go. Something like this. Who knows? It's dark again. So as we come out, yeah, I like that. That feels like the right sort of angle to come out into now. Maybe we need some water on the bridge. I don't know, something. I think all I need to do really is just to sort of build it now. Put in the shape of these things. I think is largely arbitrary as long as they're all different and we have a nice irregular finish. Don't know how we're going to light this place up, but that's a problem for later. There won't be one there. There we go. That won't be there. There we are. Then let's fill it up. There we go. Quick. This is just how fast can you click whilst holding the other key? Oh, hello fish. Right. Oh, a bit more there. There. Come on, fill up. Thank you. Right, so there's that bridge. Let's get rid of these lights and fill up this one. There. Let's fill these up. I suppose at least these don't need fireplaces and all of that sort of stuff, and they're going to be smaller than the other houses. I don't know if they need upper floors. Maybe I keep saying this, don't I? Some do, some don't. They need to be regular. But do they need like proper upper floors, or just do they want like some of them to be pitched with a roof at a higher level? Or do they genuinely need an upper floor for the higher ones? Maybe the merchant ones would have an upper floor to sort of store stuff. I don't know. I don't know how they work. Oh no, that's all right. I'm just tutting because I didn't like the because it was going to join onto the wall at the end. That wall I've put as a sort of a breakwater to is the actual end of the fortification itself. Just a little bit irritated if it gets butted into the bridge, because I may as well just have solid wall up to the bridge. You see what I mean? So this wall here is now going to join onto that, but do we? It's not. That's quite nice actually. No, that's all right. There's a nice irregularity to that, which I think is quite pleasing. Right, there we go. God, this is daunting. Let's just double check. So when we're walking up here, we're going to see still, yeah, we still get the view. Yep, 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 yep. I'm just wondering about a second entrance to the shop here. They do that kind of thing in these countries. You know, you in a corner place, you do have a sort of second entry. Oh, I've got to be able to get through with a horse. No, that's no good, is it? Nah, not going to work. So the only way a corner one's going to work is if there's a entrance there, and that's not going to work with the size I've built up here. So let's just I'm thinking of like Corfu Town. They've got these sort of shops. Oops, no, that's going to be that. There we go. I don't know why I'm thinking of Italian stuff all the time. This is what you get for eating bolognese for lunch, isn't it? Let's get rid of this. There we go. I don't know why I'm doing that. Right, so this will have a entrance in the side and an entrance around there. You need one for a little counter, don't I? So how's this going to work? Let's just explore how much space before I build all these. How much space do I actually need in? Might be nice to have windows. How much space do we have inside one of these things? So this is the limit of roof space. Because well, we might go one. There we go. That's the limit. So what are we going to have in here? We're going to have. How are we going to have a counter? There's not enough room. The villager will need to be there, and the counter will need to be there. So we can't really do this unless in this one. Yeah, we can, because in this one it goes around a bend like that. Now, what do we make the counter out of? So fence is quite useful because it can't be jumped over by anyone, including us. But it just looks a bit shit. How do I fill the shop with things, with knickknacks, with stuff to actually sell? I mean, you don't. There's just frames on the wall. Oh, that can still be there. So there'll be a villager sitting behind. You'll come in and you go, oh yeah, there we go. I mean, there could be a. Oops. I mean, there could be an upstairs up there, I suppose. Or actually, I prefer that. I don't know why. Yeah, that feels more natural in this one. So how I've built all of these is this on the bottom floor, and then bigger glass on the upper floor. Do we remove pressure plates along the top of it? Does that help us? What does that look like? Ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. Although, well, you say that. It's not that bad. That's stone, yeah. No, I don't. I don't know. What's the where are we ever going to use gold pressure plates if we don't use them here? Well, so there's our villager. How would we hide his block? Oh, I don't like that's all the same texture. Oh, I don't like that's all the same texture at all. That looks horrible. But then maybe we just need a bit of texturing. Yeah, I think we can get away with that with a bit of texturing like that. That's fine. So we'd come into the shop. Yeah, I quite like the gold actually. Don't know what else we're going to do in there. Maybe. So these will go here. This is quite a big shop. Oh, this is the chapel. I don't want to do that yet. This is where I wanted to explore having them squished up against each other. So we have windows at the back. We certainly can't have windows between them. There we go. Oh, and there. Oh, hang on, if they've got anything sticking out. That's all right. Then what do we do with this? I kind of think these need to be painted as their shops. Yeah, I think this is different. So actually, why did it do that? Ah! Right. Yeah, and that helps that issue as well. I don't know what we do about the fact that then this wall's going to be a different color for each one. But I think that's the right approach to take. Yeah, then they're more friendly, more like shops would be, aren't they? I also like the yellow terracotta. There we go. Normal terracotta. Let's do white. It goes. And then how would we do next to it, which is different? We'd have to have a separate thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do this one 5. And so this one would be regular terracotta, for example. But in order to get his walls to match, it would have to be like that. And what do we think about that at the back? That's not so bad, actually. Just 2 blocks together. Blech, whatever. Here we are. I can live with that. I think if that's how they have to be, and I think that is how they have to be, then... Oh, this is looking very like... So these will then need cobblestone step things. I was going to... Well, I'm only saying this because otherwise they look too blocky and almost Spanish looking. Or Mexican looking. I don't want that. Not here. So I'm trying to remember what I did with the build over there. So this has got a bit that juts out like that. Ugh. God, there's not much space. I hope there's room for a horse. I think there is. This joins on. Damn it. Let me just ponder not joining that on here, but taking it up a level like that. It won't stick out like that, will it? Don't know what will happen there. I mean, presumably this is going to go like that. Because no, there's nowhere for it to drain away to. That doesn't make sense. No. They have to go that way. Okay, well, that sort of works. Like this. Because under here, it just goes like that. I don't know what happens on the corner. That, yeah, that works. Then I don't like how this is looking. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it looks terrible. Well, we'll keep trying. Oh, this has got to come out one, isn't it? Just for this end. But I think it looks bad. Why have we got an even number now? It shouldn't be an even amount. Anyway, it is for this one for some reason. It's not symmetrical. Oh, and that's too flat. No, it's not. I just haven't done it right. Oh, because I forgot to put them in. Ah. For goodness sake. There we go. So that's not too bad, is it? Not too bad. So how would this work? So this would go along. Get slabs along the roof. There. But then to get one at a different size next to it. Oh, I don't mind that. It doesn't look quite so Mexican. Got nothing against Mexicans. I just want to save the style for. There we go. They'll have to go there because you need room to get a horse through. So I just want to go to the end of this shop and finish the end of this shop. Then what would happen if I decided that the next one went up to a higher level? Or at least a different level. I want a nice set of uneven half-timbered houses. I don't want them to all be the same. Nothing like. There we go. So that's that bit. Oh, we've decided that we're using white terracotta to do this. Don't know how we're going to do the inside of this yet, or whether we're going to texture that out, or we will. We'll put something in here. Maybe it's just that. Then it's just a bit of sort of that want to go that way and that want to go that way. That's all. I'll put them in here so it's symmetrical on the inside, although I don't think we're going to be able to see the inside when I finish with it. Let's give them some light so I don't have to fight. That's quite nice, actually. I want that to be that. No, I don't. It needs to be one higher than that. Yeah, around the edge. Ugh. Hmm. Hmm. It runs on the top of the wall there. It doesn't on that side. I mean, I think this is where the flaw of the build style is going to come in, isn't it? So the only neat way then of tackling, so this one won't have a ladder. No, he's got no ladder. Put some light up here to stop things spawning. But I think that is simply that. Maybe he just has that. Oh, we can have a redstone light there. No, we can't because no, we can't. There isn't enough thickness of wall there. What I really like is some. I don't like torches in a house. They look primitive. This doesn't look right for a shop. That's why I'm squirming. Maybe the carpet and no. If I want to do a hanging one, it's going to hang too low. No, we could always hang them to a bit higher. There's no reason why not. I just put these in for getting rid of them. There's no reason why it can't go like that, is there? And the same there. There we go. So that's one of them. going to get rid of this for a minute. I don't know if I want that there. So then this is a different house. And I think it needs to look different. It needs to be obviously different. So what happens if we've got the same run of, no, these are all different. That's the point. Where could we run the oak logs in this one? Could they run along there? No, that's far too congested. They could run along there though, couldn't they? Like that. Yeah, they could certainly run along there. We need a bit of a corner out of it like that to make it look reasonable. Different. Yeah, that looks okay. I guess it would go along there for the symmetry on this side. Like that. You have some windows here. Why have I put a window there? That's just the next shop. Can't have a window. I'm just exploring how we do houses that all look different in a row and across the street that still works. So that would still suggest that it goes, so this one then could be really low, like that. We don't need that at all then. We could just do this like that. Yeah. Like this. I just want to see if I can do a couple of them along the street and opposite to get a feel for the space and how it's going to work, and then carry on offline. We'll go there. No, hang on. Oh, that's the end. Well, it would just be this, wouldn't it? And that go along there like that. So that could be that side. I don't know if I can get through there in a horse. I don't know if I can fit. Let's summon a horse. And let's get a lead. Let's see if he fits. Come on. Oh, yeah, okay. He fits. Sorry, horse. To this side, then, what I was saying was that we would as an example, there. No, there's no sky showing through. It does need to be there, though, doesn't it? There's nothing, nowhere else it can be. Oh no, that's all right though, because that doesn't match on that side. There is gap. Good. It'll overhang slightly there. There we go. What did we do? We did that? No. We did this. There's a log sticking out on the side like that. So out that side, there's going to be a log along there. That's certainly there. Bleh. Inspiration running dry. This one, I think we do really low, like that. Yeah, because there's going to be a fairly flat church in front of that. So this one fills in like that. There we go. I think that goes like that. This one will overhang. That one's overhanging. I think that can still be like that though. Yeah, I think that's fine. That still overhangs like that. That's like that. And that goes up in the middle like that. That's just there. There. This one instead, let's have a bit of cobblestone filling this one up, just for variety. So that'll be like that. There. Right. Ugh. Right, how does that seem? That's ugly. Hmm. Hmm. Let's just support that with a couple of cobblestone steps like that. There, that's not so bad, is it? Put the glass in. But yeah, this kind of idea. I need some inspiration for something to put in that corner. This side we'll build a church chapel thing. That's easy. And then all the way along the bridge is going to be just a variety of styles. Just shops. All the way. Crikey, it feels exhausting just to contemplate it. Oh, they've got no flowers. I'm only saying that because the ones over there, I think it might be nice to have some flowers outside, you know. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Oops. Yep. Definitely. And this side. Well, we'll have to decide who has them around there. Oh, it's only 1 block high. I'm sure I can't plant a rose in there. No. Right, so it's going to be tulips. Red tulips. And a fern. That's only 1 block. What else can we have? Wish there were more 1 block high flowers. Maybe it's that. There we go. There, yeah, okay. Well, I haven't decided what I'm doing underneath it yet. So yeah, maybe next time when people come in, there might be a load of buildings, or there might not. That might be more likely that I'm just too daunted by building loads of half-timbered buildings that I haven't done any. Not sure what style I want this to be in. Then you need room for arches. There's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right, let's do 2 bays. This is going to have to be a bit longer than I thought, just in order to squeeze the arches and things in. Oh, hang on, I'm getting a phone call. Let me stop this stream. That'll do, actually. You can see what I'm up to. So, all good. Catch up with you on the next stream.